Thank you all for being here. And today I really wanted to talk a lot about what we've already heard a little bit more, but it falls right into the purview of the Environment and Public Works Committee, where I'm the ranking member. We had our first hearing today on permitting reform. Now, we've talked a lot about how important permitting reform is to energy, to the cost of energy, to consumers, to folks who have jobs in that arena. But it's more than just energy projects. It's manufacturing projects, it's water projects, it's broadband projects. All of these projects have to be permitted before they're allowed to be built. So the administration has touted their Build Back Better, but you can't build back anything better because you can't build it. You cannot get these lengthy delays in permitting are just stymieing everything from renewables to the MVP pipeline in the state of West Virginia to other projects that we've heard about today. So what does reform look like to me? Today in our hearing, we started off with this. First of all, in my view, I think it needs to be everything, all of the above. Renewables, fossil, anything. It has to be a fair process that treats every project fairly. Secondly, we need deadlines. We know time after time these agencies just blow through their deadlines with no penalties, no enforcement measures, and to try to slow bleed certain projects to come to a screeching halt. You know, we're supposed to be building or selling electric vehicles that have chips in them. In order to get the chips, you've got to have the mines. In order to have the mines for the critical minerals, you have to have the permit. So there's a really big disconnect here. So you have to have permits on deadline. Judicial review is another thing that is a total stall tactic by the folks that are against projects moving through these states. So with judicial review, we need to have some firm deadlines on judicial review, some guardrails so that lawsuits cannot just keep pounding, elongating projects, and certainly disrupting the flow of energy, roads, bridges, water, broadband, everything. And lastly, we need to look at all of these provisions. I personally think we ought to push more of the responsibilities to the states. They know their states. They have the environmental parameters within the states to be able to meet the challenge of making a determination of how a project can move forward. And I think there's certain tenets that came out in our hearing today. Okay, we all want environmental review. We don't want to shave any environmental review. All we're doing is making sure that the process is done in a timeline that can actually see something being done. When the process takes longer than the actual process is, than the actual building process, that tells you something right there. You know, community involvement. All of our communities are going to have involvement and want to have involvement in what's being built in their community, the impacts they will have. Yeah, we all agree on that. So we did have some areas of agreement between the Republicans and Democrats. We're devoted to this, both Senator Barrasso and his committee and in our committee in EPW. We're having another hearing in 2 weeks. Energy's having a hearing in a week and a half, I believe. And I think this is absolutely critical to the health, to the economy, to the environment, to everything that impacts our everyday lives. Thank you.